Hi guys, Android Andy here. A rather common question that I get asked is about backing up information, contacts, SMS messages, photos and app data. How is that done? It's normally asked by people that perhaps aren't so Android aware, shall we say, so they're probably not rooted, they wouldn't know about Titanium Backup. They're just your average user that wants to make sure they don't lose all their stuff, basically. So what I intend to do in this video is hopefully talk through those four different things, how we back them all up. I think the restore part is actually quite self-explanatory once we've done the backup, but again we'll see as we go if there are any issues. What I would say is if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, let's get on with it. So the first thing is probably the easiest one, and you may already be having them backed up without even realising. Contacts. So for me, and each phone's going to be different, that's the tricky thing, or each, like Samsung, HTC, is going to be slightly different. I'm on a Nexus. These are my contacts. Basically, if I look there at accounts, I've got my different accounts. And you basically want to make sure that the contacts are stored on the Gmail account. So if I go to add a new contact, it tells me up there at the top that it's being stored on as a Google contact on my Android Andy UK account. If it says anything like SIM card or in the phone, that's not good, because that means if you drop your phone in the toilet, they're gone. So, and you can usually find, so this one's got an import and an export. Import from SIM, import from storage, export to storage. So you can export them different places. You need to do, and like I say, unfortunately I can't particularly help you because different phones have different ways and I haven't got a different phone with me at the moment. But you're looking for some way to transfer a lot of them. I'm fairly sure Samsung phones, there is actually an option in the menus of your people or your contacts or whatever app it is called on that says like copy all contacts to Gmail or something like that. If they then duplicate them all, you want to go ahead and delete them off the phone or the SIM card and just use the ones in the Gmail account. Then if we have a look what you'll see on your computer once you've done that. So this should be a familiar view for you. When you log into your Gmail account, this is what you're looking at. You want to head up to the top left, if you can see there. I'm going to change that to contacts, and you should see all of your contacts from your phone now appearing in this list here. You can go ahead and edit these contacts on your computer, and those changes will take place on your phone almost instantly. It's one of the big features, for me it's one of the big features of Android and using the Android phone. If you're not doing it already, why on earth not? So that's the first thing to check. It, like I say, does differ on different phones, but you're basically looking to store the contacts or move the contacts onto your Gmail account. So our contacts are nice and safe. Now we're going to move on to text messages. Now, funny enough, the method here has stopped working in KitKat 4.4 for now. I'm sure the developer will get it fixed soon. But we want SMS Backup Plus. You can see the icon. That's what it's like. It's by Jan somebody. If you're looking for it in Google Play. Now, I have done a whole video. Oh, I've not connected this. I have done a whole video on this. So sorry, I should show you what I'm doing here. We're going to connect this app to our account, our Gmail account. It says, yeah, we'd like to authorize that. Done. Now, there's a whole variety of settings. I'm not going to go into them. Have a look at the other video, the longer video if you want, which is it's the official SMS backup video. Actually, the guy took it and used it on Google Play, which is fine by me. But basically, you hit backup, and if you've got a whole bunch of text messages, you'll see it's like 233 being backed up or whatever. You go into your restore settings. Everything being restored, you can set how many maximum. So you don't have to have them all. If you've got literally thousands, you perhaps don't want them on your phone at all at the same time. You can just have 1 or 200. Because what this actually does, it takes a text message you've received and it essentially emails you that text message, I suppose. But what it does quite cleverly, and I'm not sure where's the best place. That's not where it is. I forget, maybe it doesn't give you options now. But anyway, so it emails it to a label SMS and puts them in a separate sort of folder on your Gmail and stores them there for you. So you don't have to, if you've got thousands of text messages, just sync them to your Gmail account. If you need to reference them, if you need to look back at any old text messages, you can do that in Gmail. It's easier because you can search words and terms, but it means you don't have to store them on your phone. It means if you drop your phone in the toilet, they're stored safely, because this basically does it sort of as you get a text message in the next sort of, I don't know, I forget if it's 30 minutes or so, it checks and it syncs up. When you want to restore, you hit restore and it goes back to your Gmail account and sucks them all down, puts them on the phone in the right order, or it should be in the right order, and everything time stamped, and off you go. Really, really simple. Like I say, right now it doesn't work on KitKat, the version that I'm running here, so it backs them all up fine, so I know they're safe, but I can't put them back onto my phone. It doesn't massively worry me, because like I say, I would reference them using Gmail, to be honest, anyway. Right, let's move on to backing up photos. Again, you may be doing this without even almost realizing. If you've got Dropbox installed, that might be doing it for you. I'm actually going to show you today Copy. It does pretty much essentially exactly the same thing that Dropbox does. The difference being, Copy gives you a lot more space. So you start off, I forget if it's 5 gig or 20. At some point they were doing 20. I'll drop a link down in the description below that I think will give you an extra 5 gig. It'll definitely give me an extra 5 gig, so I'll be appreciative. But compared to Dropbox, it does give you a lot extra space. If you like taking a lot of photos, definitely that's a good reason to use Copy, basically. So I mean, look, I've got 137 gig at the moment. I'm only using 3 gig of it. So what we do is we go into Preferences. You see right at the top there, Enable Photocopy. So sync newly taken photos and videos to Copy. Wi-Fi only, sync photos and videos only over Wi-Fi. Now, depending on what plan you have, you might say, no, I'm good to go. Just sync them as I take them. So if we now go to the camera, and we take a photo of our good buddy, the little Android fella. Let's come back and look at Copy. You see there's a folder called Photocopy. We're going to go into that. The photo has just appeared and we've got a text message saying completed transfers uploaded that particular image. There it is. We'll just check on our computer. So you have to install the actual Copy Windows client, obviously, which can be found on copy.com, nice and easy. There's mine. And there we go, the exact same files that were on the phone. There's me photo. Just as a regular JPEG, 1.35 megabytes this one is. For you to do with as you wish, basically. So as you take pictures on your phone, instantly they get uploaded to Copy. Again, so when it falls down the toilet, not a problem. All your pictures are stored in the cloud and get synced down to your PC as soon as your PC boots up. Of course, Copy can be used for all other files as well, not just photos, but that's how you keep a backup of your pictures. So we're down to the one last thing, and it's the hardest thing generally, which is backing up the app data. When I say it's the hardest, it's probably the one that least likely you're going to be doing without you knowing. Some apps, Google allows for apps to sync their app data with your Google account. Not many seem to do it just yet. I don't know if it's because of a relatively new feature. And of course some apps, you know, it's a cloud account. You log into something, it'll sync in, like Evernote for example. I log in, it's stored in the cloud, so when I log in it gets sucked to my phone. But not everything. I have, for example, Libra. This is a really good example. Look, I've lost all this weight. So this is where I enter my weight each morning, not each morning, but every now and then. But there's no login, it's nowhere, and if I don't store that somewhere, when I swap phones, it's wiped every time. And obviously, it's no good, is it? Basically, I want a nice long history. How far that goes back? All the way to 2010. Usually I use Titanium Backup, but we're looking here at if you're not rooted. So you want an app here, Helium. It used to be called Carbon, it's now called Helium. I think maybe because there was a Twitter app. So let's log into my Google account. I want that one, thank you. I'll tell it, yeah, that's fine. It signs in. You have logged into your Google Drive account. Now, as it goes, I actually am rooted at this point, but trust me when I say it doesn't actually matter. You'll install this app. You have to install a program on your computer as well. I should point out I've done a video for this app as well, so click on the thing here and you'll see the more in detail explanation of this. But yeah, so you install something on your computer, you plug it in your phone to the computer. It asks you to do a couple of things on the phone, but it's very self-explanatory. It will say, you know, press here and then tick this option, come back. Then it'll ask you to swap it to PTP or MTP. You do that, come back, and then boom, and it says, right, you're ready to back up. And it's kind of magical. I didn't think it should be possible, but you can now then just back up. Where did Libra go? I need to learn my alphabet really at some point, don't I? Oh, did I pass it? Sorry, there we go. So I tick Libra. I've got different options. I can name, I can do a load of them. I can name it. I can tell it I'm only doing app data for smaller backups, because why would I need to back up the actual app? It's on the Google Play Store, so I just need the app data. Shush. So when I'm ready, I just hit backup. Then it says, okay, what do you want to do? So you can set up a schedule, so you can do a bunch of apps. So if you know which apps don't work in the cloud with an account, you pick all those out and you set yourself a schedule. You tell it what time you want to do it. So you want it sometime in the morning, probably. 4:20 is fine. You tell it which days you want. You might want to do it every day. You can specify only when on Wi-Fi, only when charging. Don't forget to change this here. Well, you don't need to change. You could have it on the internal storage. If you've not bought the app, internal storage I think is the only option. The app's about £3 and a bit, and that allows you to do Google Drive. I'm not going to save that schedule actually. I have got a schedule for a whole bunch of apps every night to be backed up though. So did I actually back it up? I think you can just hit back up. Yeah, I did hit that, and then you can just say Google Drive, and it's now. So I think the backup, as you just saw, that's kind of setting page. I think there is a system built into Android that allows you to back up your app data, but previously it was quite long-winded, plugging your phone in and typing stuff and using all different commands, whereas this app basically deals with it all for you. So when you've actually stored it in your Google Drive, you go to Restore Sync and tap Google Drive, and it should, hopefully any moment, there we go. Those are all of my apps that I've got stored in Google Drive, so nothing to do with this phone. Throw it down the toilet for all I care. I get a new phone the next day. I come here and I say, right, well, I'll probably go select all, wouldn't I? Select all, and I'd hit restore. Then it downloads them all from Google Drive back onto the phone. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and you're back in business. So there we go. Hopefully that all made sense. Like I say, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments down below and I'll do my best to answer them. But even if you're not expecting to send your phone off anywhere or change phone, it's always good to have things backed up, just in case. You never know when you might drop it in the toilet, bounce it off the floor and smash it to pieces, and it's good to know that everything's backed up and safe and you can just stick it all back on to a new phone the next day. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.